Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips with a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shop here today. Taking to go out today, see what things came out today, see if things are on sale. Today though, new release-wise, there's not a lot of new things coming out. There was last Tuesday a handful of things came out in stores that they switched out in like Walmart and everything, but it doesn't look like anything today is going to be switched out. It's kind of a few like archival things, coming out on 4K for the first time. I saw like Monkey Shines was coming out. Those are ones that are probably be available at like Barnes & Noble, in store-wise. But also, though, at the end of this video is going to be a bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for the things that I see to review and talk about for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for those as well. But anyway, though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into the first Target we go. You guys know we always have to check in the front the $1, $3, and $5 spot. What's funny is I don't see those signs up there anymore, that have the $1, the $3, and the $5. It used to be like those little bubble signs out. I don't see any of them. That's interesting. $5 lights. But yeah, no $1, $3, $5 signs anymore. But it's still all the same price. It's really funny. And it looks like this is actually open. The express checkout is open today, which is very, very rare. You guys know we always have to check over here where the movies were at one point, and now it's the books, and see what's been changed here. This one was definitely not there before. This one, Atmosphere. Other than that Dr. Seuss was put in the wrong spot, but I think everything else is the same. And you always have to go over the turd mags. What's new in the turd mags? But we'll go over and look at the toys, see if anything is different out over there today. We shall see, though. Nothing major I'm looking for. I've been lucky enough to find a lot of the stuff I'm looking for. And at the Monsterpalooza convention this weekend, I saw found the two Ben Coopers I was looking for. But yeah, like I was saying, though, I ended up finding the Ben Cooper one that I was trying to find. The ones that I have not been able to find at all on Target was the Wolfman and the Spooky Monster. It's like really weird. It's like they ordered the clown, the mutant, and the Visible Man, and that's the only one. Other than that, was never able to find any of them. There were some interesting ones of these coming out too. There's like a weird Superman that has like a kind of a lion head and stuff like that, and one that has like an Alfred E. Newman head with it. It's very weird and random. But yeah, nothing too different in here though, from as far as I can tell today. And I always have to check over in this area too, because it's like the overflow. Doesn't seem like they change it up too much, but it's like the overflow of the other area. And sometimes there can randomly be things mixed in over here. Doesn't look like anything too different today. One thing is I really wonder when they're going to release again, because I saw they were putting out My Pet Monsters again. And I feel like at some point we're going to start seeing them. I don't know when they're supposed to come out though. Like I was mentioning though, there was these weird like Superman kind of ones that were really strange looking, like with him with like a lion head and stuff. It was really, really random. They have like, these are some of the newer ones too. There's like a whole lot of these ones I saw that are coming out, like orange suit Batman, and they're all supposed to be kind of like the comic books and different ones. But I got that the Riddler one that was in that cool suit like in the Batman for Forever one. But those are ones they only get one in, so luckily enough I was able to find that. But this is kind of an interesting one. But if I see that one of the lion head, that one was really kind of cool and really random. I don't know how the lion head connects to Superman. Like I don't know like all the comics and stuff like that, so I don't really know how that comes to play. There's even like a Alfred E. Newman type looking head in the one. Like I said, I don't know how those kind of come into play to it. But in here though, it's always still the same ones, always these two in here. There's this one, this Leo, and this Splinter, but no more. I've not seen any more of the the sports ones whatsoever though. Into Walmart we go. But taking a look over here, looks like they have some of the Superman things in here as well, like this flying dog one, flying crypto dog. That's pretty cool. They did like these same kind of ones with the turtles, I remember. And then here's the newer ones that came out. And these ones are like so teeny. They're like microscopic, tiny sizes. I never know why they make some figures that small. It's like, I never like stuff if it's that teeny. I don't know why. And the details too, when they're that small, like they don't look that good. I saw one of these that was really funny, wrestling wise. They made an invisible John Cena one, which was kind of funny because it was like that meme. Let's see though. It's so funny too. It's like they're making a Skibidi Toilet movie, but all the Skibidi Toilet merchandise like sits. I see it like no one buys any of it from what I've noticed. So I really wonder how that movie's going to do. You know, I feel like it's one of those things that people will look at it just because they know it's going to be so ridiculous. I mean, I'll look at it. I'm guessing it's going to be a horror film. I would think. I don't know what direction they're going to go with it. I'm still trying to find too, there's these Jurassic Park, they're those like balls that you put together and like with the glue stuff and everything. They're supposed to be ones of the dinosaurs, but I've yet to see them. I think that like people who have found them already may have gotten like early ones or something for it, because I've not seen, you know, any sign of them whatsoever. They'd be back in this area, in this kind of spot. They're probably going to be out more closer to when the new Jurassic Park is out, but they're these kind of ones where you put them together. Like they did one for Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. You kind of put together the potions and stuff like that. We'll take a look though over here in the movies and see if anything different. Like I said, I didn't think anything would get changed out here. It was all the stuff from last week, but let's see how things are looking though in here with all of the Bloody Disgusting stuff. So those there's only like one, it looks like, of those American Psycho pin sets in there. Those seem to be selling, but I think people realize that a lot of the stuff in here go on sale like a month or two after, so I think people are probably waiting. I think the coolest stuff in here is honestly the Goosebumps one. I'm hoping that they're due one for One Night at Horrorland, because I feel like that'd be a cool one. Let's see though, over here toy wise, always check here to see if there's anything else different. They have some of those McFarlane ones as well. Like these are the common ones. The one I was mentioning with like the head and stuff, the Superman head with the lion, those are ones I believe are like Target exclusives. And I think next month in July, the King of the Hill Pop should be coming out. Those ones look pretty cool, and I really am looking forward to the new series. Like, it looks really cool, and it's like, I love the new intro that they did. Like, kind of, it was almost like a 6 Feet Under kind of thing, like showing like what happens to the character. I don't know, I really liked it a lot. Into the second Target we go. Does this one have the $1, $3, and $5 stuff? No. I know I saw those bubble things that had the prices. They must have just recently taken those things down. Maybe they're gonna like start having things be more, you know, more money than $1, $3, $5. These are new though. This sort of light up thing. What is this? Oh, like some kind of like a little, that's interesting, like a neon thing. I guess you can like light up dry erase board. So I guess it like lights up, and then like what you write on it lights up or something. I don't know, that's very interesting. Internal chemical burns though. But that's, I don't know, be careful with that, but that's kind of interesting though. But we're gonna head back there, see anything different in this one. This is the one I go to. I've been coming here a little bit more often lately. There's that sandwich place that right next door too, that's Ike's Sandwiches, which is like this vegetarian sandwich place that's only kind of in this area. So I kind of come out here for that as well too. So far, I don't see the Phone Boys. They'd be like in this area, and they usually like, I don't know, I don't think he's the phone boy, but it's like two of them. There's two guys, and they usually look like the Polite Strangers from, you know, The Purge. Like if there was like two Polite Strangers, it's almost like that. And they also kind of have the look of like the Mormons that come door to door. It's hard to explain, but that's exactly how the phone people look in the Target area. Let's see over here though. It'd be really funny though if this one ended up having those ones I found at the horror convention, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. It's almost like maybe Targets are not getting, no, well, now I just found it. Isn't that crazy? I just said it, and then I found it. And here they are. The two other ones, Spooky Monster and the Wolfman. That I literally feel like I willed that to happen. It's all, what sucks though is that like, they're a little more money, you know, when I got them at the convention, but I was glad to find them though. But isn't that crazy? Like, here's the ones you always see, these three, and then all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of the other ones. That is really strange, but that means I got to check to make sure there's nothing else like random in here that I'm like could be missing over or something like that. They have all the different Batman head, you know, helmets and stuff. This is a different vampire one I don't remember seeing. We'll go over to the main section. There's a different turtle one there, but that is really, really random, because it was like, and you guys know I've been coming looking for them forever, and then all of a sudden I just said, yeah, when they find there, and there they are. Let's look over here. Maybe they'll have that interesting looking Superman one I was mentioning with that funny head. I doubt it though. There's a lot of these different, you know, Batman ones. Like this is like a more normal one. When they have that other stick on it, that's the harder one to get, is those ones. But yeah, this is the place that I like though. This fun place called Ike's Love and Sandwiches. I found out about it like when I was in Texas. It's not all vegetarian, but they have lots of different vegetarian options. And I always get this thing in here called the Pee-wee. And I think it's kind of, you know, it's a Pee-wee's like sandwich that he used to get when he came here. Yeah, so every time I come out to this area, I get that place I was saying, that Ike's sandwich. And I get the Pee-wee, which is like a vegetarian one that's like a vegetarian Reuben type thing. Reuben-y. Into the third Target we go. Yeah, none of them have that anymore. The $1 thing anymore. I guess those were all taken down. But I know I was seeing that, unless I was imagining seeing an actual thing that said that spot like that, but I'm pretty sure. Luckily enough though, everywhere seems to have the music off today. It seems like it's been like that lately in Targets. It's so, I don't know, it doesn't seem like I'm hearing anything, but we're gonna head back, see anything different. I'm trying to think if I found anything in the past couple weeks at this location. I think this one, sometimes I've seen some different things. It's crazy though, that other location having those Ben Coopers, like all of a sudden, then having so many of them, it was almost like that box or that shipment of those two was like late coming in or something like that. And I wonder if this location is gonna have them as well too. We shall see though. I'll check too, just to see if this one got any of those Jurassic Park ones. See, these things, those are not them. You think, oh yeah, see the dinosaur, but like I said, I'm thinking those ones are going to be out later. There are really interesting looking ones though. And I don't know, like I said, I feel like the people that were showing them online were probably getting ones early to show for a video. That's the thing too. Sometimes people get like early ones of these things, so then you don't know when they're from and stuff, if they're getting them, you know, early to showcase. Let's check here though. Turtle wise, I have not seen any more of those sports ones. There's two more of them I was still trying to find. Let's see. Minecraft wise, haven't seen anything different though. There's still the 2-pack that I've never seen in stores. I feel like that might be one of those ones that probably is like an Amazon exclusive or something like that. That's what I've discovered is with some of these figures. Over here though, check these ones, see if there's any other random ones. This bug one I don't think I've ever seen. I don't see any though of those weird Superman ones. Let's see. These are newer though. I don't think I've seen these Spider-Man 2 ones. Check anything else different. And we'll check against the wall too. And let's see though, it'd be interesting to see if this one got those Ben Coopers as well, because it'd be kind of funny if like they all were like finally getting the boxes in. This one, from what I remember, has a couple more different things, like more of the Simpsons and stuff. Let's see. They still have a lot of the older Toonie Terror ones as well. In the next Target we go, now we're in the one that's the 3-floor one. It's in the mall. I always call this the Phase Rug Target because I've seen them in here a couple different times and stuff like that. But we'll head upstairs and see, you know, what's up there though. That comedy club out there opened up recently. It's kind of funny too. There's some interesting people coming to it. And I think it's because there's not many comedy clubs at all in this area. This location has a really big selection, but it's usually kind of picked over. You can see kind of like more empty than some of the other ones. Let's see though, do they have any of those Ben Coopers that I showed at the other location? Because it seems like that location, the one that I showed, must have been the one that like randomly got them. But like I said, this one's always so like disorganized a bit and like all squiggled around. See, it's all like sort of thrown everywhere, and I don't know why. It's like it definitely needs to be fixed up. But let's see down here. And this location too is real. A lot of Targets I've noticed, they always have these signs that say like we're, you know, conserving power or something. So like the AC is off, so it can be like really stagnant sometimes. So It's definitely pretty stagnant in here today. Let's see, nothing different turtle-wise. It keeps being the same old ones. Let's see. Over here, anything different? That random Green Arrow one. But yeah, not looking like anything else. And I never see the Maggie. It was crazy. The one day I saw the little Maggie Simpsons one, and I wasn't thinking. And it turns out like the Maggie is the hardest one to get. I think it's like out of all these, Marge and then Maggie. There's even less Maggies in the boxes than there are Marge. And like it was this one day, I just wasn't thinking, and I passed by it. And I've done that sometimes. And I think back later, I'm like, what was I thinking? But doesn't look like anything in here different today from what I can tell, though. Let's check down here, though, at these balls and see if there's Jurassic Park. No. And the thing is, you have to look in these spots, too, because sometimes they can put them on the sides. It doesn't look like it, though. Into the final Target we go. It's funny though, in here I already have this one, but they have the really cool Riddler one, the final suit. This is the one I was talking about. This is a hard one to find, so pretty funny they had this one. Into the final Walmart we go. Yeah, this is the one location, though, where the stuff isn't locked up, so you can kind of look at these things up close. So this is like a Family Guy socks and like this one that look like beer. And these are these, Five Nights at Freddy ones. So they're little, like, I guess, like play sets or little play things of them inside of the things they're kept inside of. And then, oh yeah, someone put this in the wrong spot. The Haunted Mask, like I was saying. Hopefully they're going to do one of this for, the One Night at Horrorland as well, because that'd be a really cool one. Look, somebody opened up this and was like, well, I don't like Boomhauer. It's like they put Boomhauer back. That's funny. But yeah, this is the one where you can look at all the stuff, in person and stuff like that too. So I like that when you can kind of look at the stuff. But yeah, I don't think anything in here too different. This is kind of a random spillover section here of like, oh, this is like the $5 bin kind of stuff over here. But yeah. Anyway, though, guys, that was all for my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. If you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, though, in the comments below, let me know what you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K. If you guys end up picking up anything today. Also, though, let me know anything new that you guys have seen in the theaters, if you guys have seen anything lately. This past weekend, I saw the final Mission Impossible film, which I really liked all those films. It's funny, too, when they show, like, the clips looking back at all the films. You can tell right away, not just because of Tom Cruise's look, but, like, you can tell right away the one that was directed by Brian De Palma, because he has like a really specific look. So it's always funny because you could tell like right away, because his had like more contrast and stuff. I really loved the first Mission Impossible. I feel like you don't hear about people bring that one up as much. But it was cool the one character from that returned in such a large way. Also, though, I saw the film Bring Her Back, which was from the directors of Talk to Me, which I thought was really creepy. It's like these kids, their dad passed away and died, and basically they get taken in by this foster mom played by Sally Hawkins' character, and she's just like really weird, and there's something really off about her, and she has this weird son that lives with her, and he's like really strange. It's basically just something really weird is going on. It's one of those things, the trailer hardly shows anything, so it's best to kind of go into it blind, but I really liked it. But I will say, there is some of the kind of like almost like Hereditary type stuff, like when he's hitting himself on the desk, like there's a thing in here involving like biting wood. It was like, oh my God. But it was really good, though. It was really good, really, really creepy. And I thought it was creepier to me than Talk to Me. I thought Talk to Me was creepy, but this creeped me out a little bit more, though. But anyway, though, guys, now stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews. And the first one I got here is from Warner Brothers. They sent over a free copy of this set to let you guys know that this one was available. And this is a show that, has only ever been released. Basically, they released the first season on DVD. Then there was like a best of episode compilation set that had like maybe 6 episodes, and then the show was never really on streaming. You couldn't rent it. It wasn't on anywhere to see. But I think like there might have been like 1 or 2 random seasons that you could look at, but up until really recently, this show was kind of lost if you wanted to rewatch it. And now finally available is the complete series here of the Drew Carey Show. It says though that there was 4 special episodes that were not included in the collection though. That was Drew's Dance Special, Drew's Back to School Special, and then parts 1 and 2 of What's Gotta Do With It. What's Love Gotta Do With It. And then they said they had to change a little bit of the music on here too. I think that was one of the issues for why the show was never getting released, with some of the music clearances and things like that. Kind of the same thing that happened with Malcolm in the Middle, but I feel like if there's ways to change stuff, they should do the same thing for Malcolm in the Middle, and finally, in America, get the whole series out. Especially, with the new series going to be going to Hulu. I feel like in this day and age, everybody wants complete series, and people are really wanting physical collections again, which I'm glad about. And here's a look though at the sets here, guys. Like I was saying, they only ever released the first season, so this is one of those shows that I always wanted to rewatch, and it was hard to see on TV. And I watched this a lot when this was brand new back in the day. Like, I really like this show. I've always been a fan of Drew Carey. Like, one of my favorite things ever, and I always think about it, is Drew Carey had at now it's called, of course, Hollywood Studios, but back in the day it was MGM, and he had this actual kind of show. It was kind of like a movie you would go in, and it was all in the pitch dark, and it was based on this show, and it was like Drew Carey is like a security guard or something, and it was basically all these sound effects, and it was incredible. It was like one of my favorite things ever, and I always think about it all the time. And it was so cool too. I actually got to see Drew Carey years ago at the movies back when I was at the ArcLight. I always remember seeing Little Miss Sunshine. But Drew Carey is very nice. I over the years have sent him tweeted reviews of things, or just all sorts of random stuff, and he always looks at it. Very, very nice guy. I'm not gonna lie, he's somebody that I would dream of someday getting into one of the films, because I've always been one of the things that I do, because I've always been a huge fan of his. Now the next ones here, these ones are all from moviezing.com, and I'll have a link below where you guys can order these ones for the best price. And the first one here, this is also from Deskpop Entertainment, and this is the Blu-ray edition here of the film Screamboat, which I saw this one in theaters as well. It had a limited couple night screening, and it's from the director who did the Mean one as well. I am wondering if there will be down the line, maybe around October or so, a steelbook, because I know they did a Mean One steelbook at Walmart. So I'm wondering, as I feel like this one, you could almost see a really cool steelbook in Walmart. I'm suspecting they might, and I also wonder if they'll do a VHS of the movie too. I don't know. I like this movie. I thought it was really fun. It's basically a character of Mickey Mouse who's now gone into public domain, and it's basically a group of people who are on a ferry boat, all kind of on there, and they're basically getting killed off one by one by Steamboat Willie, the crazed killer mouse. And it's I don't know, I like the forced perspective and the way they did it. I thought it was a really, really fun film. The next one here, this one was from Movie Zing as well, and this is also from, I think it's from Giant Pictures. I'm not sure. I'll put the below in the description though. But it's a movie here called Absolute Domination. This is one I was interested in seeing as well, because Nicole Butler Vegas, who's the producer of the films that I do, and she's also acts in the movies, she had a small part in this. And I think she had some lines originally, but the lines didn't end up making it into the film. But I was interested in seeing her part in there. And the movie kind of reminds me a little bit of a Total Recall kind of film. It kind of has that sort of Total Recall mixed with the Hunger Games and that kind of vibe. Like I said, it's called Absolute Domination, and it has Patton Oswalt in the film as well as Alex Winter, which was cool to see Alex Winter in this movie as well. I always, love seeing Alex Winter and things. Of course, you think of him most from Bill and Ted, and I know I just saw too that they're going to be doing Freaked. His film is going to be going on to 4K, and I'm hoping they'll do a 4K digital, not digital, Blu-ray 4K disc release as well. But this is basically kind of like a Hunger Games, and it's sort of like the fight for the ultimate religion, and basically people are kind of fighting for which one would kind of win, and the battle to it and things like that. It was a kind of an interesting movie here. Like I said, Absolute Domination. The other one here, this one was from moviezing.com as well. And it's also from Wellgo USA. It's a movie here called Silent Zone, and this is basically kind of like a Walking Dead, survivor, kind of end of the world type thing. It's basically a post-apocalyptic kind of, situation has happened, and basically it's the people who are all surviving together kind of as a group, trying to kind of figure out where they're going to go why there's, you know, the zombie outbreak going on. And it kind of focuses on like a main kind of group. Like I said, it's got that kind of Walking Dead kind of feel to it here. Like I said, this one here is called Silent Zone. The other one here from Movie Zing, this is also from Well Go USA, as well as one here called The Demoness. And this is an interesting movie. It's kind of like a sort of like a one of those island kind of retreats where people go where they're having like marriage problems or kind of there to kind of work out their problems and things like that are going on. And basically the people that end up going there, they kind of come to realize there's something strange going on about this place, and weird sort of things start to happen. A pretty creepy, interesting kind of film, like a different kind of take on these kind of like movies when they go to work out their problems and everything. The next one here, this is from Radiance, and this is includes the Blu-ray and the 4K, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. And it's a movie that I'm so glad now is out on Blu-ray and 4K, and it's called Palindromes. And this is a Todd Solondz movie. And this is like, I feel like this is the Todd Solondz movie that for some reason you don't hear about as much as some of the other ones. And I remember when this one first came out, I'm not gonna lie, I've been a huge fan of everything Todd Solondz has done, like especially Welcome to the Dollhouse. Like I felt like Welcome to the Dollhouse was done so well and so real with like the way it really was in middle school, and kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It was so true. Todd Solondz's movies are very real, and they go into very dark subjects and terrible areas, but they're done so well, and the acting is incredible. This one has great music as well. I'm so, like I said, so glad this one is available, and it's a interesting movie about, it's kind of all different actors playing different character, like basically different actors playing the same person at different times of their lives, and they all kind of have issues and problems that they're going on. It's just a really well done movie. This has on here though the 4K restoration by the Museum of Modern Art, approved by Todd Solondz. It has original 5.1 DTS master on here, interviews with Todd Solondz by film critic Hannah Strong, some trailer on here, so lots of different features on here. And also in here too is a booklet and characters too. Some of the characters from Todd Solondz's other films returned, like the, you know, Dawn Wiener's brother from Welcome to the Dollhouse, and he passed away a couple of years back. He was a great actor. You know, her brother character in the Welcome to the Dollhouse. Like I said, just great movies. About a year and a half or so back, Happiness finally came out to Blu-ray. We also have here The Tale of Iowa's Ghost. This is from Radiance as well. This is also limited to 3,000 copies, and this one has on here though the Blu-ray edition, and then it has an introduction and video essay by Maria Astro, visual essay on here, new English subtitle translations on here as well. The next one here, this is one that I one of those movies that, like, I remember when I first saw this, I never could kind of like, it was so insane and so like a really hard to watch movie, like kind of like Martyrs. And I remember the director sent me a copy of it to watch. And then when I saw him at a convention, I was kind of almost like afraid to see him because the movie creeped me out so much. But the director though is really nice, and he's gone on to do like big stuff. He did one movie recently called Snack Shack, which I really liked. It's one of those things though, it's like, I wish the company that released it would put a DVD out. It's one of those things where it's like, it sucks when things like that happen with certain movies. As far as I know, I don't think there's anything physical for the movie, but it's a great film. And this is, like, I believe this may have been his first movie. It's a movie here called The Bunny Game, which is just one of those things. If you've seen this movie, you never forget this movie. And anytime I see like certain trucks and stuff, I think about this too, because it was just what was going on in the back of this truck. It was like, oh my God. But it's basically this woman gets kidnapped and like tortured in the back of this guy's truck. It is intense. It's a really, really hard watch, but really well done. It has on here, though, the teaser, the trailer, behind the scenes on here as well. The next one here, this was from SRS Cinema here. It's a movie here called Cannibal Tick. This was fun. This was kind of like, it's basically like these sort of like weird ticks that basically are making people kind of go crazy and changing them and stuff like that. And it's basically turning them into zombies and stuff like that. These kind of crazed ticks that are getting all over the people. I thought it was a really fun movie. It has on here behind the scenes and theatrical trailer on this one. And the last one here, to let you guys know that was available. This is from Mondo Macabre. This is a 4K release here of the movie The Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf here. And this one has on here a commentary track on here by the Nashe cast on here, newly translated English subtitles on here, Spanish English mono choice on here as well for this one. But anyway, though, guys, that was all for the review for this video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give us a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.